Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the final press conference for the big event coming up this Saturday, April 26th, right here in London at sold-out Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's the Fatal Fury main event. On top of the card, a great night of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. And it's all brought to you by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, along with S&K Corporation, publisher of the combat video game Fatal Fury City of Wolves, and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Ben Shalom for Boxer, and Box Raw. Sponsorship provided by the Public Investment Fund, Visit Saudi, STC, SRMG, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudia, the national airline of Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Season, Milaf Cola, Visit Qatar, Core Group, Desert, NHC, Jocko, Sky, Arab National Bank, First Data, Sella, and SMC. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday night, April 26th, at sold-out Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, London, broadcast live worldwide on DAZN and on Sky Sports box office in the UK, also available on DAZN in the United Kingdom. It's the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division, on the line, legacy, and perhaps more important than anything, bragging rights. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring the fighters to the stage and to their seats for this final press conference. Introducing first, with a professional record, a perfect one. 23 fights, 23 victories, including 14 wins by knockout. From London, England, he's the European Continental Welterweight Champion, the undefeated Conor, the Destroyer, Benn. And let's welcome his opponent to the stage. An outstanding professional record of 34 victories, 25 big wins by knockout, 3 defeats. From East Sussex, England, the 3-time IBO world champion and current IBO middleweight champion of the world, he is Chris Next Gen Eubank Jr.
Thanks to Rick for... I knew this was coming. Do you know what I've been thinking?
It was coming.
Do you know what I've been thinking? Can I not even say a few thank yous or?
No.
Okay. Matchroom have to speak, right? So I'm going to switch it up. I'm just going to firstly say how proud I am of Conor Benn. What he's been through these last 2 years. And I can't wait for him to smash you to pieces on Saturday night. But Matchroom have to be represented. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to let someone else speak on my behalf. I'm going to let someone else speak on my behalf.
You don't have to.
I'm going to introduce you to scumbag number 2. Frank Smith, come and take over.
You don't have to be.
Okay. Hello? Substitution.
Good. Frank, if Eddie's not speaking, do you think you're going to get a word in? Come on.
No, but I don't speak as long as he does. That's the one thing I'll give you. I'll be very quick.
We're going to have some parliamentary procedure today, and anything that Matchroom, Eddie Hearn or Frank Smith have to say is irrelevant and will not be heard.
Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate your kind introduction.
No problem.
Appreciate, because I don't want to get cut off too many times. I'm going to be very quick, Chris. Don't worry. Chris, don't worry. Well, I'm saying something, aren't I? So you know, it seems to be working so far. Thanks very much, Chris. Chris, sorry, I can't hear you.
If I direct a question to you or to Eddie, then you can speak.
That's very honourable of you.
Outside of that, I don't want to hear a peep. And if
Thank you very much.
Talk to me, or if you try and do your little speeches to the media, I'm going to shut it down. Because guess what? People aren't here to listen to you already speak. They want to hear what me and Conor have to say.
I don't disagree with that, but people weren't here to hear your promoter speak, but you allowed him to speak.
You're not going to out-talk me. You're not going to...
No, I wouldn't dare out-talk you. I know I can't out-talk you, Chris.
Exactly.
You're a very good talker.
I don't know why you're on the stage, but you should probably get Eddie back in.
It was just to help with my profile.
Chance to say anything than you do, trust me.
Oh, really?
Eddie's irrelevant, but you are...
Super irrelevant.
Exactly.
I know. I know. I'm so irrelevant. You called me a scumbag in a press conference. It was nice of you to bring up my name. Thank you very much. But anyway, I'm going to be very quick. I've been lucky enough to work with Conor Benn for many, many years. Thank you, Chris. I'm talking.
That you're going to say here that are going to fucking get past the fact that I've said you're not speaking.
Okay.
We can do the back and forth, so it can get boring.
It could get very boring, so I'll end it here.
Get boring.
I can't wait for Saturday night. It's going to be a great night. Thank you to the Ring magazine. Thank you to Turkey Al Shake. That shut you up, didn't it? Thanks very much.
2 words in. Everybody.
The cherry on top, he started sparring with a guy called William Skull, an IBF champion, who's fighting a week after Conor. Coming there 12-handed. Shouldn't say it, but you know what? Because for the last 2 years, all I've been here negative. I'm going to tell you about my son. The first 4 rounds, him and Conor were even Stevens, and they were going, oh, perfecto, 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 every time he was hitting Conor. Conor was just walking him down. Then I found about round, I think 5, he was like, no, because Conor only has 40 seconds rest. And then what he was doing in between the middle of the rounds, he was sitting on the rope because he was tired. Then it came to round 5, 6, 7, started feeling the pace. This is William Skull, IBF champion.
Superstar.
And then after that, no, you can't shut me up, mate, because you ain't been where I've been, mate. Behave yourself. But anyway, but then what happened? Round 8 came.
Uh-oh.
And then, Tony, we looked at each other and we thought, he just quit. He just stopped. Couldn't take no more. After 8 rounds, I meant to be doing 10 rounds. And me and Tony looked at each other and think, what the friggin' hell just happened there? And I got my boy and I thought, my little boy. He just damaged the IBF world champion.
I'm excited to get in there and put my hands on him Saturday night. Irrelevant of all the rubbish he wants to talk and you know, names and, you know, we're not at school. And come Saturday night, I get to put my hands on him.
You will be at school on Saturday, my friend. I'm taking you right to school.
Well done, you.
At school, I'm going to be the headmaster, my friend.
Yeah.
And you will be in detention. I have a 31-year-old brother. He's buried in the desert in Dubai. That's pain. You know, I have his son, Raheem, 3 years old. You know, he asks, why can't I see my daddy? Why doesn't he take me to school? That's pain. My own father, a man I idolized for my entire life, and he doesn't speak to me. We haven't spoken for years, and he thinks I'm a disgrace. You know, these things are what pain is to me. And if I can deal with all of these trials and tribulations, I still want that £1 million bet that Eddie Hearn said he wanted to do. Eddie, what's up, man? We gonna put the mill on or what? Well, I asked you a question, so of course, get on the stage and answer.
Yeah, I'll talk. Firstly, I want to say how proud I am of Conor.
No. When I said talk, I mean answer the question. Are you going to fulfill the bet, or are you going to run away like the weasel that you are? I tell you what. So his excuse at the moment is he's going to get fined $100,000 by the board if he bets, and that's why he can't bet me this £1 million that he said publicly that he wanted to do. So how about I make it easier for you, and I'll put $1 million up, and you put 900,000 up, so I've covered the 100K fine that you're going to get that you can't afford to pay. And let's get it on that way. Let's put the money in escrow tonight. and winner takes all on Saturday. How about that?
As I said to your promoter over there, we will have a conversation with Mr. Smith. If I won't face any penalties on my licence, we can consider it. In the meantime, get back to the hotel, take that weight off, and get prepared to get an absolute spanking on Saturday night at Tottenham Hotspur.
You know, he really did, and everybody else had to follow him.
I was thinking, this is a haggler. This can't go past 3 rounds.
But it was good, Sonny, wasn't it? You know, there was plenty in there. Because with boxing's a really serious sport. We know what can happen in there. It's too serious to be too serious all the time. And that was an enjoyable press conference.
100%. And it thinks crazy to me that we're talking about Reno. Someone that started a boxing website has now got a job somewhere else and is coming on giving the biggest promoters in the world stick. It blows my mind. And whoever did pay him and encourage him to say that, there's probably 10,000 people in boxing that will do a 10,000 times job better than what he was doing. I can't lie, he aggravated me the life out of me.
Well, he stood between the two fighters there as they're posing for the pictures with that Ring Magazine belt. Conor Benn, as we expected, didn't really engage, and I think that was the right thing to do. Eubank had plenty to say. He did what we expected him to do with Eddie Hearn and shouted him down quite successfully. Frank Smith had a go and manfully persevered, and I think they kind of got their message across, but they knew that it was coming. Both of these two just leaning into this, and plenty of security surrounding them. Eddie Hearn just watching on with a smile on his face.
I wonder how long this one's going to go for. I don't think either guy there is going to back down first.
Well, it's a similar kind of setting, actually, to Fury Usyk in terms of how congested it is up there, how many people there are around them. And this will go on really as long as they decide that it will, because as we've discussed a few times since that Fury Usyk face-off, once it gets past 30, 40 seconds, certainly a minute, there's not much you can do. Rick's going to try and break this up now, but good luck with that, because if they don't want to break the gaze, then it's going to be very difficult to make them do it. And people putting hands up and all the rest of it, it doesn't really work. It's going to take somebody to step in front of them like the security guy is there and just ease them backwards. That's the way to do it, just ease them backwards, so bit by bit they get further and further away, and then eventually you're far enough away that that gaze is just naturally lost. I think lessons have been learned there by the security guys from Fury Usyk, because it's the same company who deals with it.
Otherwise we'll be here all night.
Otherwise we would be here all night.
Look at the scour on Benn's face, and you can see, I think right now in these shots you can see